So I was out with my friend John. We were at this rock climbing gym and this girl walks in. Now, growing up, I was never much of a ladies' man. Some would say it was from being terminally online. I would say it was from childhood obesity. But in this moment, I'm pretty fresh off losing 70 pounds. I'm 20. I'm fit for the first time in my life. This girl is in front of me and I've got to say something. Little more context, I'm in Alabama. Alabama has many things. Diversity isn't one of them. So this curly hair brown girl walks in and I've got to say something. I look at John. John looks at me. I look at her and I'm like, John, I've got to say something. So I walk up and I thought this girl was black, but after I say something, she speaks and a Dominican accent comes out. It's a wrap. And now telling you the rest of that day doesn't matter because I just started one of the craziest romance arcs of my life. Hi, my name is Hart. That's all you need to know. We exchange Instagrams. Text me next time you're gonna climb. A couple days later, I get a text. I'll see you Thursday. Important information. I work at this climbing gym. When you go to a climbing gym, you have to sign a waiver and they use that to check you in. Thursday comes, I'm chilling behind that desk and girl walks in. She looking young, she looking brown, hair looking curly. I go to check her into the system and I see her age and my jaw drops. She is 26. This is a whole grown woman. Spoiler alert, later I found out this girl is an aerospace engineer literally working for NASA. Now, keep in mind, I was 20. Couldn't drink if I wanted to. I was living with my dad at the time. Shoot, the reason I was working at a climbing gym was to get around the membership cost. The moment she finds out, it's over. So, how does a 20-year-old, no money, no motion Negro bag a NASA engineer 6 years older than him? I'll tell you. We all learn from nature, birds specifically. When they want their mate, they puff their chest, they do their freaky dance, they do whatever it takes to get their mate. Now I can't dance, but I can cook better than your mama. Only dating advice I'd ever give 10 toes down is if you can't take them to a 5-star restaurant, learn to cook better than a 5-star restaurant. Not only do you save money, but who doesn't like getting a meal cooked just for them? So that was my plan. One problem. I don't have my car. My brother hit me in traffic, so my car's in the shop. I'm whipping my grandma's mobility van right now. So before she can try my cooking and know my age, I gotta plan one more date. And this one, I'm pretty proud of, even if I had to break some laws to do it. So this girl just moved out here to Bama. She's new, and she's very interested to try outdoor climbing wall. But one problem, it's closed for the year, and my boss is not gonna do me that favor. But if we got in, it would be just us. So what do? I stole the keys, and I broke us into the climbing wall. Now hear me out. Game is game. I'm doing what I got to. Flights to Mars are at my fingertips, and I'm not gonna miss out on that. Plus, it went really well. We were just yapping, climbing. We walked to Trader Joe's after and got some snacks. I remember at the end of the date, as we passed the mobility van that I pretended wasn't mine, I was all like, can I cook for you? And she was all like, what can you cook? Whatever you want. I like salmon. I can make that. Mission passed, bag secured, kinda. Now, mind you, none of this is going as smooth as I'm telling it. Like I said, I'm fresh off losing 70 pounds. I don't know what I'm doing. I have 20 years of fat kid experience, 0 in flirting, so I'm just winging it. Not that I had a lack of advice though, because my family was tripping. My dad was telling me to do all these tricks and don't tell her my age, hide it till she's hooked. My mom was telling me the opposite, asking why she's 26 with no babies, and that's a red flag. And my brother was all like, does she know Jesus? And that's a question I was afraid to ask. Date night, I got all of that running through my mind as we head to my place being my dad's, but he wasn't home. I remember this so vividly because I was like shaking. She's facing away cutting some vegetables and I'm like, yeah, I'm headed out of town to celebrate my 21st birthday. And I see her just stop. You're what? And my heart drops. But fellas, this is why we plan. While she's off balance, we catch her in our arms with this good meal. This is what I made her. This is what my cooking looks like. Tell me you're gonna see this and not feel some. So we keep kicking it. Let's go here, let's take a hike there, let's do this here. And chefing like crazy, trying to feed my way into her heart. I'm making homemade chipotle, pasta, broccoli cheddar soup. However, slowly but surely the vibes were changing, feeling less like dates and more like hangouts. Now respectfully, I couldn't be this girl's friend. I got enough friends, nor am I trying to be free food, especially when that free food is the last $34 in my bank account. Again, none of this is going as well as I'm telling. I'm stressed out trying to calculate every possible hypothetical. I'm asking whoever will listen for advice. He's saying this, she's saying that. My brother's asking, does she know Jesus? And that's a question I didn't want to ask. She got a real pretty face. I don't want to let go of that. So I'm bubbling over. Is she feeling me? Is she not? I don't know. We're going on a hike tomorrow morning. I just gotta ask. I remember it clear as day. The whole trail was lined by trees. We go over this fence and we're in the middle of a field. It's cinematic, wind is blowing, she looking beautiful. She ain't look like that. Nah. Close enough. Anyways, I look at her and I'm like, yo, I want to be more than friends. No, I think we should be friends. Bro, I was crushed, but I had to thug it out because we got like a mile left on this trail. I barely hold it together. I'm in my head so deep. We head out, we head to her place, we step out the car. This is it. It's a wrap. But then I say something, and I don't know who this was. I go, yo, I know you said we should just be friends. I want to let you know my intentions haven't changed. I'm gonna make you mine. She smiles at me, says okay, and walks away. Is that a good thing? What does she mean? She said she wanted to be friends, but the video ain't over. Welcome to one of the most important, most misunderstood advices in dating in the faith that really applies to everyone. Pay attention. This will be important later. You probably heard this before. Be equally yoked. And yes, it's yolk, not yolk. We're not talking about eggs. This is a yolk. This is what a yolk is used for. Do you see where this is going? 2 Corinthians 6:14. Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? The yoke's primary purpose was to join two animals side by side together so they could pull significantly heavier loads than they could individually. But if the yoke was uneven, the plow could not go forward, only in circles. To put it simply, date someone that's walking in the same direction you are. To put it complicated, you gotta be chasing after Jesus. Hebrews 12:1-2. Y'all gotta be on the same spiritual maturity levels. Yes, there's levels to this. Flirt to convert? Nah. No dusty Bibles, only disciples, all 2027. Jesus. Let the lost date the lost so they can both be blindsided by the love of Jesus. I said Jesus 3 times. Do you love him yet? How about now? Now, why is this important? I bring this up not because you're evil if you don't believe the same thing as me. This girl was wonderful. She was modest, she was kind, she was hardworking. If I'm honest, her self-control was better than mine at the time. But the thing is, she didn't love Jesus, and that's a problem because this Jesus guy is Lord over my life. You want to know the reason I was in Alabama in the first place? It's because God told me to. If we're yoked together and I tell her, girl, we need to move to Brazil, God told me to, she's going to look at me like I'm crazy. And don't even get me started on when you have kids. Speaking of kids, she didn't want any. She didn't even believe in marriage. The only reason I date is for marriage. Clearly, I should have been on my merry way by myself. But she had a pretty face. I don't remember what, but 2 days after she said, let's be friends, I was heading to her house to drop off something that I cooked. I got it written down, but basically my heart was heavy leading up to this. But at the bottom of the page, I see I didn't get home until 1:27 a.m. Quote, man, I don't know how, but I think I still got her. We meet up again, and the vibe is just different. This is gonna help somebody, so I gotta share. Tell them how you feel. Something shifted after I told her how I feel. Not in her, but in me. I just got rejected, but here I am alive and kicking it. The worst has already happened, so I have nothing to fear. So I'm just confident. I have nothing to lose. Okay, so I just had to pull out the notebooks because I'm just reading history at this point. I don't know where this idea came from. It was probably with my dad because he was so adamant about all of this. But I came to this conclusion. My heart is invested. I'm gonna be hurt or I'm gonna be happy. So I'm gonna love on this girl like the world is about to end. And I'm either gonna ruin love for her or have a happy relationship. She don't gotta be mine, but she could be on a 5-star dinner in Paris and she's just gonna be like, this ain't nothing like that one dude did for me. Don't do this. Don't do this. She said let's be friends, but we're not speaking like friends anymore. We're linking up and these are not hangouts. We're on a date and I'm letting her know that. Not a day goes by where we ain't texting. If I'm out of town, the night I get back, we're together. I'm visiting her house, she visiting mine. We were in the living room. I showed her the Oculus. She was screwing around on like VR chat or something like that. We talking on our feet. We talking on the couch. We talking on the floor. And boom, we kiss. We are so back! We are so back! I didn't even know recovery from the friend zone existed! We are in completely uncharted territory! I was excited. I won't go into detail, but we kissed a lot more after that. So now that there's no bush to beat around, I start asking questions, I start saying statements that's making her feel some type of way. I finally worked up the nerve to ask where she is with Jesus, and she said nothing. But at this point, I was neck deep in my false doctrine of flirt to convert. One day I'll make a difference on what's good and what God has for you. Foolishly, I looked at what God had for me, and I turned to what's good. Flesh is loud, bro. We have this serious talk. Her 27th birthday is coming up. I say, for your birthday, I'm gonna treat you like you're mine. Let's see what happens. She gives me the green light. We on go mode. 2 days to plan, I'm prepping everything. I take every interest and fun fact I know about her. I make a reservation at a perfect date location. I'm making her gift. I got my barber on speed dial. I'm doing test runs of the meal, perfecting the recipe. I'm praying, and God's like, bro, you're literally doing the opposite of what I asked you to. I tell her where I'm taking you, wear something nice, but you will be okay with never wearing your gear. It's all or nothing. 7 o'clock hits, I text her, on my way, grab 2 wine glasses. That's another thing. I started drinking with her. Debatably not a sin, but like definitely not me. Date night. I pull up to this girl's house. She opens the door. Bro, she got on these star-studded blue jeans with this beautiful orange sweater. I love sweaters, and she knew that. Contacts out, she wearing glasses. I love glasses, and she knew that. I can't tell y'all what happened that night. I know. I can't tell y'all what happened. I'm sorry, I know. But this date went so well, I'm gonna have to use this again. And I would love to give free game, but my future wife watches my video. She can't know what I've done before. But day's over, we're at her place. We're on the couch watching like Courage the Cowardly Dog or something like that. But it's just getting later and later. She's not asking me to leave. Matter of fact, she's laying on me right now. And I can't feel my arm or my leg, but I'd rather die than move right now. It's funny, I have this text from my dad at 8 p.m. the next day where he's just like, where are you? What's going on? After we woke up the next day, I left from her house to work. And then after work, we went out to dinner. So my dad just didn't know where his son was for like a day and a half. But if you can't tell, I'm in there. We're not dating, but I'm in there. I'm at her house, she's at mine, it's not even mine, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're kicking it every day we're not working. I'm happy. So what if she never wants to get married or have kids or move out of Alabama or believes in Jesus or is 6 years older than me? Those are just little details that can be ironed out. Love can work. It can work. It's working. Matter of fact, the next month is pure bliss. Plus, she just invited me to dinner at her place. This is the first time she's gonna cook for me. We're gonna eat this meal, then we go, What? We break up. Not that we were together. We were kind of just 2 pretty best friends that kissed, but, you know. That night, she was like, hey, we gotta be friends. We are. No, like, regular friends. Oh. Like I said, I had enough friends, so we hugged for a while. Then I left. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you don't know what to do with your life, give it to Jesus. I gotta go give Jake his yoga ball back.